Out on the edge of Europe, there's this island of brilliant green. It's a place that feels ancient, steeped in myth, born from revolution, and now, somehow, it's become a powerhouse on the world stage. This is the story of Ireland, a place just full of these incredible contrasts.
So, when you picture Ireland, what pops into your head? Is it, a land of Celtic myths and ancient traditions? Or is it this? The super-modern, gleaming European headquarters for the biggest tech companies in the world? Well, the thing is, it's both. And that's really the heart of the story we're getting into. How on earth did this ancient island turn into such a modern force to be reckoned with? For centuries, this was the picture most people had, Isla. I mean, the name itself comes from an old word for fertile soil, and that really captures it, a feeling of something permanent. You can almost feel that Atlantic wind whipping across the cliffs, right? And see those endless green valleys. It's a place with this deep, almost mystical tie to its history.
But then, there's this Ireland, a place where the streets of Dublin are just buzzing, a hub for the biggest names in tech and pharmaceuticals. I mean, this island nation has completely transformed itself into one of the wealthiest countries on the planet, a really critical link in the whole digital economy. So the big question is, how did they build that bridge from one to the other?
Well, the story of the Ireland we know today really begins, as it so often does, with a fight for freedom. The path to becoming a republic, well, it was long, it was hard, and it was absolutely defined by this fierce spirit of independence.
Okay, so the road to the modern republic was really hammered out through both conflict and negotiation. It all kicked off with this incredibly bold declaration of a republic during the Easter Rising in 1916. That, in turn, sparked a war of independence, which led to the Anglo-Irish Treaty in 1922, creating the Irish Free State. But the journey wasn't done. A new constitution in 1937 established the state as Éire, and then finally, in 1949, the Republic of Ireland Act made it all official. A sovereign, independent republic was finally born. And the revolutionary leader Michael Collins, he just perfectly summed up how complicated everyone felt at the time. He said the treaty gave them not the ultimate freedom, but the freedom to achieve it. See, not everyone saw it as a win. It was a really, really difficult compromise, but for leaders like Collins, it was the crucial first step. It was the freedom to one day achieve that ultimate freedom.
And that compromise, wow, it led to so much pain. The treaty literally split the independence movement right down the middle, leading to a bitter civil war. We're talking former comrades fighting each other. It was a brutal, brutal conflict that left these deep, lasting scars on the soul of the new nation, scars that honestly would take generations to even begin to heal.
So after decades of things being relatively quiet on the economic front, something extraordinary happened in the 1990s. The entire world was watching as Ireland's economy didn't just grow, it roared. It just exploded, earning it that famous nickname, the Celtic Tiger.
I mean, the transformation was just staggering. Let's look at the before. The old Ireland was mostly agricultural, with a protectionist economy. Basically, it was walled off from outside competition. And for more than a century, its biggest export was its own people. Emigration was a huge part of the story. Now look at today. It's a globalized, open, knowledge economy. A total powerhouse in finance, tech, and pharma. Just night and day. And get a load of this number. Over $108,000 GDP per capita. That makes it one of the highest in the entire world. So you have to ask, how is that even possible? Well, the engine behind all this explosive growth was a massive flood of foreign investment.
And here's the strategy that made it all happen. It was a very deliberate policy. Low corporate taxes. We're talking just 12.5%. And that single move turned Ireland into a magnet for huge multinational companies. All the biggest names in tech and pharmaceuticals, they all set up their European headquarters right here. And that fundamentally changed the country's economic future forever.
But you have to wonder, what happens to a country's culture when it changes that fast? How does an ancient identity deal with globalization? Well, that tension, that push and pull between the old and the new, that's what really defines modern Irish culture. And maybe nowhere is this social shift clearer than when you look at religion. I mean, while Ireland is still a majority Catholic country, that number has dropped a lot. It went from over 84% in 2011 down to just 69% in 2022. And at the same time, the number of people identifying with no religion has shot up. It's a huge shift towards a more secular, more diverse society. Here's another one of those fascinating contrasts for you. The Irish language itself, Gaeilge. So, according to the Constitution, it's the first official language. It's this powerful symbol of national identity. But in day-to-day life, fewer than 74,000 people actually speak it daily. So you have this cherished piece of heritage that's really struggling to stay relevant in the modern world.
And yet, when it comes to cultural impact, Ireland punches way, way above its weight. I mean, think about it. This one small island has produced 4 Nobel Prize winners in literature. Just 4 of them. From Yeats to Heaney, Irish writers have helped shape world literature. It just goes to show you, a small nation can have a truly gigantic voice.
And the speed of this social change, it was put on full display in 2015. That's when Ireland became the very first country in the entire world to legalize same-sex marriage through a popular vote. I mean, for a nation that was for so long seen as deeply conservative, this was a massive landmark moment. It really showed the world a new, modern, progressive, and inclusive Ireland.
Okay, so after this whole journey through revolution, economic booms, and huge cultural shifts, where does that leave Ireland today? And what could its next chapter possibly look like?
Well, the Ireland of today is, by just about any measure, a real global success story. It ranks as one of the most peaceful countries on the planet, it has a really high standard of living, and it's even been a pioneer in environmental policies. And because it's a neutral country, it plays this unique role in the world, committed to UN peacekeeping instead of military alliances.
When you look back at it all, Ireland has proven to be this incredibly resilient and adaptable place. It's managed to hold on to its unique culture, all while going through these radical economic and social changes. And so, that leaves us with one last big question. In a world that is always, always changing, how will this island of contrasts find a way to reinvent itself next?